Greetings and welcome to Factorio. I'm Dgray, and today we continue our entry level to Megabase. And as you can see, our resources are still lacking a bit, as we saw last episode. One of the main reasons for this is still that we need to get this up and running. It is taking quite a lot of our green circuits. So let's just start by fixing that. Copper should sort itself out quite soon. We just need to add some what's called red belts, and then that should sort itself out. Other than that, let's just fix the greens that can't keep up even with a full input. So there's two things we need to do. We need to upgrade our little input ones. Let's get our robots to do it. Upgrade these two. So we have the same ratio and they're running at the same over here. And then we can pretty much expand this down as well. Getting pretty much twice as much in. Or out, even if you want to say it like that. So let's just get rid of the trees that are blocking our little way. And let's just steal this part. If I've done it correctly, I think we matched it last time, we should be able to just paste it down like this. And one more time. And then we just need our robots to build it for us. As long as we have all the things we need, that shouldn't be too bad. And this is pretty much one of the reasons why I go for robots, as we talked about in the earlier episodes. That you can expand as easy as this without having to worry about misplacing things. As long as you make everything modular. And yeah, this is building very nice. We'll of course have to keep an eye on the inputs and outputs. But so far it's looking quite good. Let's see, did we bring enough? We might have to go grab a few things. But luckily we have our mall right next door. That means we can just go and get what we need. And let's get a few of these, and that should be good. Missing power poles, should probably shift to better ones at some point. But just for now, we can save with these. And let's just add the last up here, and then things should slowly start. And there we are. That is twice the green circuit production that we had before. Now we just need to watch out for our inputs, that they can keep up. What you're also seeing here is a problem with the inputs, and that's because it's only dragging from this line. A few episodes ago I told you a pretty nice way of making sure that it goes all the way down here, and that is by doing an output one just like this. That way we're always making sure that our full belts go through, and that will of course stop the next one. But if we just do the exact same setup, that'll make sure that we have full belts going both ways, and that is just brilliant. So the next thing we have to look at is pretty much our copper input. Right now we are pretty much stealing all of it, and that is of course not an optimal situation. So let's just replace these with yellow ones, or not yellow, with red. That should make sure that as long as our input is good enough from our smelter column, that we will be able to keep up. So let's just fix this. Let's put a red one right here to make sure that we split both of them out. And then let's just drag it up this way, giving our little robot something to do. To be honest, we could also do this. And one thing you have to remember here, we'll have to move this down a bit. I put it in a wrong spot. That means that we can't fit in the other 3 belts we need. So we actually need to move it down 3, which will of course interfere with this one. But that is not too bad. We'll just drag it around some other way. So let's cut this one. Move it down to, let's say, right here. Let's just pick up whatever is on it to give our robot something to do. There we are. Pick that up, place it down again. And hook it up again, and then we are good in terms of getting that sorted. Now I just need to get the input back in. Luckily, we can just do it quite simply, like this. And let's just drag it around like this. Not the most elegant solution, but since I built it a bit too close to my inputs, this is what we have to go with. Another solution could have been, if we left it, to just move these up a few. And that might actually have looked a bit better. So should we just do that instead? I think we should, just to make it look a bit better, because that will annoy me in the long run that these are misaligned. So moving it back, again, using our trusty robots. And then we'll just kind of move this up too. So you'll go to right here instead. I think that'll be fine, and down. And this one will go right there. And then we can pick up these two. Or to be honest, we can do this and just let them empty out. And that should leave us enough room for these. So let's see here. We'll need 2, so let's see 1, 2, 3. That'll be enough, because the top one will go right here and down. Next one will go right here, third here, and fourth right there. So something like this. Of course, this one, since it's the furthest one to the right, we'll have to hook it up right here instead to make room for the other ones. So doing it like this will be just fine. And one going this way, and the next one going right here. As you can see, that will be a perfect solution. So let's also just upgrade this one. Please all turn it into red belts. To get our throughput sorted, we'll need to upgrade this one as well. There we are. And now we can take a full red belt through and hopefully give us more down the line. So right now something is slowing it down. Oh, it's because it has a bit left in the tubes. So as soon as this one is out, it should flow perfectly. So time to upgrade these. Let's just do it the old-fashioned way. To be honest, you don't need to go all the way up, but it just looks a bit better. And now that we're working on it, we might as well just fix the rest of our inputs here. Let's just copy paste this one. Please take you. I know we have a few one that's upgraded furnaces, but doing this we should be able to at least get most of it done. There we are. And then we'll just let our robots fix the rest. And you'll of course merge into right here. Adding a second line of copper to it, which we can hopefully support, but I have a feeling that might not be the case. But we'll check that in just a minute. So there we are. So now we just need to hook this one up to the system. And we can do that very, very simply by doing that. Removing the underground. And let's just drag you across. There we are. So now things are filling up. Let's just expand this one with red belts as well. And then we'll kind of have to see how much a little, what's called, copper patch can support. There we are. And it's already red right there, so yeah, it can't support much more than we already have. So we'll probably sometime in the near future have to go out and grab some new copper patches. But let's just pick up our miners first so we have some to use. And Here we are. Please bring this to me. Don't want to pick it up by hand. Thank you, little robots. And that was a mining productivity done. Productivity, if you look at the tooltip right now on the right side, it adds productivity to the miner. So now it has a 20% productivity. If we open it, we can see this little yellow bar. That means as soon as this comes up to the top, it will produce 1 extra iron ore. So we pretty much have 20% more iron being mined from here now. And it's not taking from the total amount, it's just adding out of thin air. Which is very important for late game megabasing. That you know this little finesse. Let's see if we can't find a way to get the last iron from right there. Let's just do it in a bit ugly way, like this. But it should get the job done. And you can just kinda output right there. That is fine. That's gonna grab the rest. Let's clear out some miners here as well. Which is also starting to be an issue. All of our stone is getting mined. This will go a bit onto our coal patch, but that's actually better doing this way, since we already set up management for whatever, what's it called? Stone we get on this line. So just merging these in and they will kinda sort themselves out. Could move this. No, it's fine. There we are. So that should tap in the rest of this. This one will filter it out around back as we did before. So that is good. So this entire patch is still being used. Let's just take this out. There we are. And maybe it's about time that we hook up another coal or copper patch. Let's see, we're producing 900. We're consuming all of it, or producing the same. And we're only consuming 600. So in theory, it should level out and back up at some point. Though this is continuing up. So this might actually be a case of getting all of factories started. But if we look here, this is backed up now. Meaning everything's backed up down to here. That means that all of our green circuits is not an issue anymore. And that's because these are stopped. Because steel is pretty much what's holding up our next science. So let's spend a bit of science on something exciting. Could be nice getting the next tier of belts. So we can move in items a bit faster. So let's just get that one done. Can also get the next tier of automation, which will help us as well. So a little cob patch, we do have it out here. We can take it up, can throw it in, but since none of this is even activated yet, it might not be an issue. So for now, let's just go and grab some more inserters. Let's go grab some. Where are power poles? How far back did I put them? I can't even remember. There they are. And what is another thing we're lacking? Maybe a few more belts would be good. And here we have room for the lubrication to come in and fill in our next tier of belts. That's about halfway done. So let's see here. What should be the next thing we look at? Steel is still lacking, and that's just because of a lack of iron that actually is coming in fast enough, but not getting filtered into a steel column. So let's just go and look at that to make sure we have more steel coming in. Because it's only about halfway working or something like that, which is not optimal, to be honest. So we're balancing right here, and we could lead it back. To be honest, what we could do, because this is already going through the balancer, let's just disconnect this one, just leading directly into the balancer. And the reason for that is, if we take a yellow, not a yellow belt, a red belt from here, going this way back, just jumping across to here, that'll mean that we are already splitting it to everywhere we want it. So just by doing this, we should be able to get an entire red belt going to over here, and that'll be a full red belt. As long as we have enough, that is. There we are. And only need to upgrade this one, since one red will split into 2 yellow. So we don't need to upgrade anything else, and that should just kind of flow down through the system. So there we are. Next thing. A lot of bottlenecks we have to fix. Let's just get the rest of our copper lines fixed. Just by slowly going down here and let them set it all up for us. I probably didn't bring enough inserters. I just kind of remembered, since we do need quite a few. Yeah, just barely missing a few. And that is pretty much just a lack of copper. So let's grab some more inserters. Let's grab some belts. Let's set up the new belts so we can get copper in even faster if needed. And let's see here. You and you are good. Right here we'll set up the next tier. Did I miss? Oh yeah, wait, never mind. Because we did research it right here. But they actually need a tier higher. I actually thought everything had the lowest one right now. So there we are. So the middle one will again make belts. That'll take lubricants from here. This one will make the underground. 80, they are insanely expensive. From right here. And this one will just kind of take from right here. Of course we need to get our, what's it called, red circuits to flow down this line. And that is just diverting it to going another way. Not the end of the world, but before we get the copper flowing, that won't actually be a thing we have to worry about. So red belts we have, undergrounds, let's grab a few of those. And let's just change these out to be tier 2 instead. Because that's kind of the point we're at. We might as well use the better ones. So let's see here. Let's hook up our little copper patch. We actually have 2, which is quite nice. We can just merge them together, and then everything will be very, very nice. So let's see here. Let's take a normal like this, give it a little here and here, give it some belts, and let's finally make a blueprint. There we are. That we can kind of just throw around, and everything will hook up very, very nicely. Let's just do both sides. And right here and right there. That should cover most of it. So let's just get our robots to build it, and then let's hook it up. Should probably get a second roboport just to speed up things. So that means we have to go grab a few batteries so we can have 20 going at a time. That might actually be a quite good idea. So while they're building, let's build a balancer. Might not even need to be a balancer since we don't have that much coming in. But we can just merge them into one and see if that will be enough. Here we are. Get the other 2 as well. You can merge into one build. Going this way. And then these 2 can stay in 1 or 2 belts, depending on how much it is. Oh, that's completely wrong. Going into a fallen balancer, and then we can take from over here as well a bit more. So let's just get this hooked up. Luckily we have power right next to us, so just a small thing like This should activate it all. Here comes the copper. Let's copy our fallen balancer from over here. I'd like to copy you, please. Flip you around and just do it right there. Hook these two in. And then drag him back up top. So let's see, how can we get it in? We might as well just go above here, just not to ruin too many things. And that way we can just get this one over here and do a fallen balancer. Or something like that. That might be a good solution. So come with me, please. Let's just do undergrounds for these. And let's just clear out some forest. So we do need to get through this. Oh. Deconstruct that right here. And all of the, oh, not the pipe. There we are. So that is clearing out our input area. That also means that we can take our fallen balancer. Probably get a blueprint of that one. What I'm using is Alt-B. That will give you the blueprint one. And then we can kind of just throw it in right here. Getting this one back here and then flowing into the system again. And getting the other ones hooked up from the bottom here. So we fill up our inventory with stupid wood, which is something that happens quite a lot. So let's just drop it off right here. And that way we can continue our little exploits by getting this hooked up. We ran out of power as well. That is always nice. So let's see, let's divert this. You can kind of just jump from here to there. Then we would like to take you and go this way. Into this one. And then we'll just kind of take you out again. And going back, hooking up to the main line right here. So there we are. That is actually what we want to get a full belt in. That should supply both of these. And that should give us a lot more copper out. Not that it's needed. I think we might be starting to back up a bit. Because look at, still steel is lacking. Steel is still a big issue. So let's fix that. The input is good. That just means we have to go grab the next tier 1s. So inputs are flowing quite well right now. And let's grab this and let's double what we have coming in. And let's just go grab a few batteries right while we're here. Because we do need a few of those to start crafting a second one of these and to get a few more robots. Might also, no, we have enough engines, so let's just grab a few of these. I'd like to craft one more of you, then I'd like to craft one personal battery. Let's do it like this. Because I want this one to replace the one we have in here. But if we could take it out and do this instead. Just so we don't have twice or double of them. So So here we go. Let's craft this one as well. And let's craft 10, 12. Let's craft a few of these so we have some on us. So that gives our guy something to do while we go and sort our steel. Let's just fill in some belts while we run. Not that it's needed yet, but then we at least have it. Let's just hook up this. All 4 lanes. We know we'll need it further down the line. So there we are. So time to upgrade these. Luckily, that doesn't take that much work. And since we have 100, that should be enough for one side, or 50 swap for one side, and then do one more time. Then we have both sides upgraded with a few to spare. Or missing a few. But that at least upgraded most of what we have here to be a bit better. There we are. So how are coal holding up? 188k. That will survive us, or serve us for a little while. So let's just leave that a little bit. This is flowing through fine. Seems we might be missing some down the line, so let's just fill out our copper just to get it flowing as needed. There we are. More coming through there. Let's fill out this. It's always nice when you fill out an entire line. It looks quite good. And then we should have more than enough copper flowing through. And where it's needed right now is actually at our red circuits. So let's just do this as we did before. Please output all of it in here so we at least have a full belt going in. And let's do the same up here. There we are. So now at least this should be running at full speed with no issues. And we should be able to expand this down 1, setting up the same kind of system again. So if we just grab you, place you right here on the end. Let's make sure that we don't make a mistake when placing it. So we need to go underground with some of this. So we need to move you and give you an underground. Pretty much do the same the opposite side in case you want to make this modular for the future. Move you, make you that way. And then we can just do a little split. There we are. And let's do the same at the top. A little split. So that is looking quite good. That should give us a few more red circuits out. Come on, little robots. Please solve this for me. There we are. And we got some more science done. That was automation. This one we can't get yet. We still need a utility. And I think that will be next episode. We might start on that one. I know our input can't quite support it yet. But then at least we have it set up and hooked up to our science labs. So we pretty much unlock the rest of the research before we get our first rocket launch. Which is very, very nice. So let's get these out the way. They are needed for this one. Let's get this one and let's get the other one as well. this one. And then we should have most unlocked for or a rocket. So let's go up here and grab some more red belts as the last thing this episode. Underground, fine, that is fine. So here we are. Please fix the rest if you'll be so kind. So that is good. That is more red circuits flowing just as they should. So I think this is a somewhat good spot to end. The base is looking quite good, I must say so myself. This is slowly keeping up. Might have to... oh, we need to fix this one. Or at least make sure how we can get more in. So next episode we'll go fix that. And then we will probably set up our utility signs, since we have most things crafted, or at least have the resources to set it up. So look forward to that. I at least am. So thank you so much for watching, guys. Hopefully you'll give me a like and a subscribe. And then I will see you next episode. Bye, guys.